Your life has changed so much. You had a dream to write, so you went alcohol free. You then started writing. How does it feel to see your book actually published and out so people who want to really get better mental health or well being or feel better can now pick it up? How does it feel?
It does feel very surreal. And, when I see it in a bookstore, like, I'm still just like, wait a minute, I am in a bookstore? Like, what is going on? Some people tell me that before they started drinking, they were so much more connected to themselves. And maybe as a high schooler or even in middle school, they kind of were connected to their deeper intuition. And so I remember my deeper intuition telling me that my gift and my life destiny was to be a writer. I used to love writing little poems and short stories and journaling when I was an adolescent. And it's the most uncanny thing, but the moment I started drinking was in college. Up until the age of 30 is when I stopped drinking. My writing just completely dried up. I stopped journaling. I stopped writing stories. I just completely stopped writing. It was like I had the worst writer's block for a decade. And the thing was, the desire didn't go away. I still wanted to be a writer. It was still a very, very big desire. So I remember making these New Year's resolutions. Okay, this is the year that I write like an hour a week. By the end of the year, hopefully I'll have something like a manuscript. Every year, I would write for like the first week of January and then just drop it. Nothing was ever written. And so there was a part of me by the time I got older that I was like, you know what, Karolina, it's not possible for you. Like, you're not going to be a writer. I completely gave up. And it was so intertwined and intertwixt with my relationship with alcohol. But I take the break and I start feeling all of this energy and creativity and this intuition too. And I really start journaling voraciously at that moment. And I think the reason why it was so hard for me to journal when I was drinking is there was a part of me I was ashamed of, just like we shared before. There was a part of me I was trying to disown. And if I can't be honest in a journal, then how could I ever be right about anything truly? And so I started journaling alcohol free and I started recognizing like, oh my gosh, I have a book inside of me. And I remember being at the beach, maybe 3 months alcohol free in Hawaii, watching the sunset. And the word euphoric just comes to me. It was like a divine, like euphoric. I'd never thought of the word before. It's not something I normally use in my vocabulary. And a week later, I remember getting every single chapter, like the same chapters that are in the book, like all the headings just came to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been searching for creative ideas and something to write for so long. And all of a sudden it just came to me this quickly. And so that creativity really got me to write the book. And then I went through the process. Writing a book, if you want to get traditionally published, isn't easy. You have to write something, then you have to write a book proposal, which is like a business plan for your book. You have to get an agent. So the process itself was long, but I had this determination and this drive to just take one baby step after another. Okay, so first I have to do this. All right, I'll work on that. And then the next I have to do this. Okay, I'll do that. And that kind of drive and follow through is just not something I had as a drink. It was so much easier to open a bottle of wine than write the next great American novel. I always went for the easy route when I drank. And so it just changed what I believed I was capable of, and then therefore the actions and the behaviors to write this book. So seeing it is obviously, to me, kind of like a gift to that little girl version of me who always dreamed and was right. Like, she knew what she was talking about. And I'm so glad that I got back to her. I was able to share this book and help other people go through the same exact challenges I went through. I remember writing this book and thinking of a woman on a metro reading it. I was thinking of the future reader. Because honestly, at the end of the day, this book was written for the past version of me who needed this book. I think that we all go through our challenges for a reason. I think our challenges are there to teach us and to help us be able to then turn around and help the woman behind us or the man behind us with the wisdom that we've learned through the experience so that they don't have to go through it alone.